Paint with me. I'm working on a commissioned portrait, but I'm just gonna paint the background to get started. I usually do an abstract background. So right now, at this moment, I'm putting thumbtacks on the back of my canvas so that it lifts the canvas off the ground like a perfect ½ inch. So I'm gonna like drop paint over it, and so when that happens, there will be paint that drips off the canvas, and instead of it bubbling underneath my canvas, it'll fall directly onto the plastic that I laid out. Add all the thumbtacks nicely. The background I'm going to keep really subtle. I'm not going to make it loud, but I do want it to have like an abstract kind of subtle. So I'm going to mix white, gray, and silver. And mix a little drop of black to this gray because I want it to be just a little bit, one shade darker because it almost looks white. That one drop will probably do enough. So now I'm going to stir it so it's like the shoelace gray color right now. And I want it to feel more gray, so I mix a little black. You can see that it actually looks gray in the white paint. So I love doing this. I started like doing abstract kind of fluid art paintings. I was just in like a weird rut because I've always been a portrait artist. I do realistic portraits. And I started doing this, and then it was just such a fun thing that I started incorporating it with all my portraits. Eventually, you'll start seeing that it has this really nice marble effect happening. But I'm just gonna move this very subtly. But when you look up close, there's these interesting cells that start to happen. So it's gonna really give it that marble illusion. So the torch helps the bubbles come out. More cool patterns start forming. The paint is slowly dripping down. But you have to do it in a slow manner so that it doesn't break up the circles that are starting to form. But I'm just getting the foundation down, so I always like to make sure that the drawing underneath is correct to make sure everything goes easily, it goes smooth. I always start with drawing my drawing on a paper first, and then I transfer that using transfer paper onto my canvas so that there's no mishaps or no issues. Just trying to get the portrait down to make painting itself easy. So I do portrait commissions, so if you are interested, you could always click the link on my bio to my website, and you can see all the portraits I've done. I used to paint directly on a canvas, but then if there's any mistakes, there's no way to like go back into it and adjust. Certain body parts is a lot more about doing the shadows and the shade rather than like making lines, because nothing in life is linear. So I usually like to take my pencil and kind of measure the angles. So say, you know, we're at a 3/4 view, right? My face is a 3/4. I take my pencil to measure that angle. So then I keep my angle like this and go back to the picture to transfer that same angle, if that makes sense. So you'll see me constantly like measuring my angle, making sure that the eyes are on the right plane, making sure the nose, the mouth, everything is on the right plane. So now we're going on to her. So I'm going to move this a little bit so you can see. Getting nose down. The angles are key because just such subtlety can change the way a face looks when you're drawing or painting. I love drawing teeth. Once you discover that when drawing teeth is not about the actual lines itself, it's more about the grooves underneath, it makes drawing so much easier. So it's like her teeth go a certain way. So it's really just about mimicking the shadows underneath. And that's what's going to make the teeth look like teeth. And I don't actually complete the teeth doing like the full line. I do the like line up here and then the line down here. And then everything else is kind of like an illusion. but that's a tip that I'd love to share. Because people always do the lines and it makes it look like scary, if you know what I mean. Like if you're not a person who constantly draw, if you do just like lines, it looks like, I don't know, it just doesn't look appropriate. So my tip is like with teeth, just do like the top line and the bottom line, and then your eye plate has the illusion of making the line itself. Everything's really about the shadows. So like what really makes a lip, right, is the shadow underneath. It's not necessarily a line, but it's like a shadow itself. I'm under here on the lip, and I just kind of block in the shadow shape to help me. And then I have the chin. So when I'm painting, I like to just block in big shapes. So like his hair is dark. I'm just gonna block in the hair just so that I can start seeing the painting come to life. Some people work from fine detail to larger. That just never worked out for me. And also it just will take me a lot longer. I feel like when as a painter, if you work from big shapes to small, you get the painting done a lot quicker.
I said what I said to you last night. Pardon my bluntness, are you alright?
I'm just like, I discovered that this eye is higher, now I'm stressed. I'm gonna have to just paint over and redo it. Sometimes you just gotta start over. It's so stressful sometimes, but I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna just put gray over it.
Take my brush ways and shove it up right. Let's try this again, let's do a retry. I need to teach you what I want. You don't know me like you say you do. I'll take your hands and I'm good.
This is where we're at so far. It's coming out good. There's some adjustments that I'm seeing, especially it's easier for me to see like this. It's so funny. But yeah, I gotta do like some highlights here, make this brighter, make this area a little brighter, get a little more exact with the nose. But this is where we're at so far with this painting. And then I also have to work on her. So I just got in really vague details, but this is what she's looking like. So we got work to do.
I'll lead you in the ways, you know that I want you. I'll start by saying, boy, just push up on it. Don't be afraid, cuddles how you started. We'll take it all.
Now is literally finishing touches, textures, things like that.
Baby, now you got me, want me to take the lead. Boy, don't deny it. I know you want me to get on and ride it. Don't hide your grin, tell me how you like it. Oh, I need to show you my desire, yes, the one that burns deep inside. You think you know me, but there's more to explore, unravel, let's unwind.